My dear friend, let's journey together through a season of divine clarity, unshakable worth, and renewed faith that will uplift your heart, restore your trust in God, and anchor you in the truth that you are deeply loved by Him. I want to talk about those moments when your life feels like it's falling apart, when relationships crumble, plans fail, or challenges pile up, leaving you overwhelmed, lost, or questioning why everything seems to unravel. Maybe it's a job loss that shakes your stability, a betrayal that breaks your heart, or a dream that slips away, leaving you in pieces. It's a heavy, disorienting place, isn't it? You might feel abandoned, afraid, or wonder if God has forgotten you. But let me tell you right now, your life isn't falling apart. God is reshaping it for a purpose that affirms your divine worth, reveals His sovereignty, and guides you to a destiny where your light shines brighter than ever. I'm going to unpack why your life feels like it's falling apart, draw on Dr. Myles Munroe's wisdom about your God-given purpose, and show you how to live so vibrantly that you trust God's process and thrive in the place He's preparing, not defined by the chaos you're facing. Picture this for a moment. You're not alone in feeling like your world is crumbling. Think of Job, who lost everything, family, wealth, health, yet God restored him, revealing a purpose greater than his pain. Or imagine Joseph thrown into a pit, enslaved and imprisoned, only to rise as Egypt's governor, his trials forging his destiny. Even Jesus faced agony in the garden and on the cross, yet his suffering birthed salvation. Dr. Myles Munroe taught that your worth isn't diminished when life feels like it's falling apart. It's magnified in the purpose God is crafting through the chaos. When your life seems to unravel, it's not a sign of God's absence, but of His presence, pruning, redirecting, and rebuilding you for a destiny that glorifies Him. The pieces aren't your end. They're God's raw materials for your purpose. Let's dive into why your life feels like it's falling apart. First, God may be pruning you for growth. Like a gardener cuts away dead branches to strengthen a tree, He removes what no longer serves His plan, toxic relationships, misaligned goals, or false securities to make room for His purpose. Maybe that failed plan was tethering you to a path that dimmed your light. Second, God uses chaos to redirect you. The collapse of your plans often signals a divine detour, guiding you toward a destiny you couldn't see. That job loss might push you toward a calling. That broken relationship might free you for healthier connections. Finally, God allows these moments to deepen your faith and resilience. The struggle reveals your strength, teaching you to rely on Him, not circumstances. Dr. Munroe said, your purpose is like a diamond. Pressure refines it, not destroys it. That's you right now, being refined in God's hands, even as things seem to crumble. I know this season stirs raw emotions. When life feels like it's falling apart, it's easy to feel defeated, scared, or even angry at God, wondering why He's letting you endure this. You might think, I failed, or I'm not enough, or fear the chaos will last forever. I felt that weight, my friend, and it's heavy. But let me speak to your soul. Your life isn't falling apart. It's falling into place. You're not called to stay in despair or define yourself by the chaos. You are a child of God, crafted with a heart that endures, a purpose that rises above the storm. Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That's you, called to good, even in the mess. This unraveling isn't your defeat. It's God inviting you to shine where your heart aligns with His plan. Let me share a story to make this vivid. I once knew a man whose business collapsed, leaving him financially ruined and emotionally broken. He felt God had abandoned him. In prayer, he surrendered his plans, and God led him to a new path, mentoring young entrepreneurs. That failure birthed a purpose that impacted lives far beyond his original dreams. Years later, he saw the collapse wasn't destruction, but God's redirection. He rebuilt, surrounded by those who valued him, his faith stronger than ever. That struggle became his testimony, echoing Dr. Munroe's words, your worth is in who God made you, not what falls apart. That's the power I want you to embrace today. Your life feels like it's falling apart because God is pruning, redirecting, and refining you for a purpose that glorifies Him and affirms your divine worth. The chaos isn't your end, it's a sign showing that God is reshaping your path to where your heart belongs. Dr. Munroe taught that your purpose is to reflect God's glory, not to cling to what's crumbling. When you trust God's process and keep shining, you become a beacon, drawing the right people, the right moments to you. The struggles might shake you, but you'll be too busy thriving in God's plan. Your life a testament to His faithfulness. If you're reeling from the chaos, feeling lost or unworthy, I need you to hear this. Release that burden. You're not defined by what's falling apart or the pain you're enduring. You're defined by the God who loves you, who holds you, who calls you his own. Don't let thoughts like I'm failing or this will never end dim your light. You are enough just as you are. God's got a place where your heart will soar, not shatter, but you've got to trust his process to step into it. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future." That's God's promise. Your future is hope. Trust that he's crafting it even now. So how do you move forward? First, root yourself in God's love for you. Stop measuring your worth by the chaos and start seeing yourself as God's beloved. Spend time in his presence, letting verses like Psalm 46:1 fill you. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Tell yourself every day, God is with me. My heart is his. I'm destined to shine. When you're anchored in his love, the chaos loses its grip and you shine with a confidence that comes from knowing you're held. Next, surrender the pieces to God. The things falling apart aren't yours to fix alone. His sovereignty handles it. Take your pain to God in prayer. Say, Lord, I give you this chaos. Shape it into purpose. Write down what feels broken, then release it, trusting that God's plan outweighs the mess. Dr. Munroe taught that you're called to steward your purpose, not control the storm. Pray for strength to trust his timing and surround yourself with people who uplift your light, aligning with his plan. When you surrender the pieces, you reclaim your peace, and that freedom lets you thrive as God's redeemed. Then embrace your God-given purpose. The chaos might cloud your vision, but your heart was never meant to stay in the rubble. It's meant for God's glory. Celebrate what makes you you, your gifts, your faith, your resilience. Pour your energy into what aligns with God's purpose. Pursue that dream, serve that community, chase that calling. Dr. Munroe said your purpose is where your gifts meet God's call. When you lean into God's plan, you attract people who cherish your light, and the chaos fades into the brilliance of your destiny. Let me speak to those of you who feel defeated, thinking the chaos proves you're not enough, or who fear moving forward, worried the struggle defines you. I get it. The unraveling feels like a verdict, and the fear of being stuck is real. But listen, you can't live God's purpose by clinging to despair or hiding from your future. Shining, serving, chasing your dreams. It takes a heart that trusts, and it's safe in God's hands. Don't let the chaos define you. Trust that God is your restorer, that he's turning struggle into purpose, that your destiny is secure in him. Psalm 55:22 says, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken." That's you, sustained by God, free to shine. Your purpose is waiting, and you'll find it when you trust his process in faith. Let me share another story to make this clear. I once knew a woman whose marriage ended abruptly, leaving her feeling like her life was in ruins. She questioned her worth and God's plan. Through prayer, she surrendered her pain, and God guided her to start a support group for others facing loss. That heartbreak birthed a purpose that healed many, including her. The chaos wasn't her end. It was God's beginning. She thrived, surrounded by those who valued her, her faith unshaken. That journey proved Dr. Munroe's truth. Your worth is in who God made you, not what falls apart. So I want to ask you, what's the chaos holding you back from? What dream are you pausing because you're caught in the unraveling? What purpose are you hesitating to chase because you're wrestling with the mess? My friend, you don't need a perfect life to shine. You need God's purpose. You need your faith, your courage, your trust in the one who reshapes you. The chaos may shake you, but it can't stop you unless you let it. Get up, release the pieces, and start walking in the destiny God's laid out for you. The world needs your light, and no storm can dim what God's designed. Now, let's talk about living so vibrantly that the chaos becomes just a whisper in your story. Not to dismiss the struggle, but to honor God's purpose in you. Live for his glory, not the mess. When your life feels like it's falling apart, it's tempting to focus on what's breaking, but that's a trap. Instead, use your heart to serve God's kingdom. Share your gifts, shine boldly, pursue your calling with all you've got. When you live for God, your light finds the right hearts, the ones who cherish you now. Dr. Munroe said, your purpose is God's priority, not life's storms. Let that drive you. Live with confidence, knowing God's sovereignty is your strength. The chaos might stir fear, but trust that your light is enough, that his plan is perfect, that your destiny is secure. Step out boldly, even when the ground feels shaky. When you carry yourself with the assurance that God holds you, You glow in a way that draws the right people to you. That confidence isn't just for you, it's a beacon for others facing chaos, showing them they can shine through God's process. Live with purpose. Don't let the unraveling derail you. Wake up each day asking, God, how can I shine for you today? Where do you want my light? Purpose keeps you steady, even when the chaos lingers. When you focus on what God's called you to do, you build a life that's radiant, pulling in relationships and opportunities that honor your heart. The struggles might linger, but you'll be too busy glorifying God to stay in the rubble, your life shouting His goodness. To rise above this season, cultivate what I call God confidence, the deep knowing that your worth comes from the one who made you, not the chaos around you. Spend time with Him. Let His word fill you. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you." That's you, strengthened by God always. When you're rooted in that, no chaos can sway you. Your light becomes a magnet, drawing those who are meant to share your journey. Practice gratitude too. It's easy to focus on what's falling apart, but gratitude shifts your eyes to God's process. Thank Him for refining you, for redirecting your path, for the purpose He's unfolding. Thank Him for the lessons, the strength, the doors He's opening. Try this each day. Write down one way God's working in the chaos. Maybe it's a new perspective, a kind soul, or a quiet sense of His peace. Gratitude doesn't erase the struggle, but it lifts you above it, turning the chaos into a bridge to your destiny. Let me tell you one more story. I once knew a man whose health crisis cost him his career, leaving him feeling like his life was over. He turned to God, who led him to write about his journey, inspiring others facing illness. That breakdown birthed a purpose that touched countless lives. The crisis wasn't his end, it was God's redirection. He thrived, supported by those who valued him, his faith unwavering. That journey proved Dr. Munroe's words, "Your worth is in who God made you to be." Guard God's purpose in you, my friend. The chaos can feel like a storm, but every moment is God reshaping you. He's refining your heart, setting the stage for your purpose. Trust that He's not done. Your job is to keep shining, keep serving, keep being you, even in the hard moments, and celebrate your light. Don't let the chaos dim it. Your strength, your gifts, your heart, they're all part of the treasure God gave you. Share it boldly, knowing it's enough. You are not defined by what feels like it's falling apart. You are defined by the God who loves you, who holds you, who calls you to a purpose that's yours alone. You are radiant, irreplaceable, a vessel of divine destiny. The chaos is just a lesson, a sign, a nudge to shine wiser. Root yourself in God's love, release the pieces, embrace your purpose, live for His glory with confidence and purpose. Lean into His confidence, stay grateful, trust His process, celebrate who you are. Do this, and you'll live a life so vibrant that the chaos fades into the brilliance of your purpose, glorifying God and inspiring others to trust Him too. Go out there, my friend. Shine like you were made to. Chase your purpose with every ounce of faith you've got. Let the chaos be the spark that lights your greatest chapter. The world's waiting for your light, and no storm can stop God's plan. You've got this, and I'm cheering you every step of the way.